Good morning, Bitcoin, and welcome to Proof of Work. Proof of Work is a show about the people behind Bitcoin and how they got here. We're joined by Julian. How's it going, Julian?
It's going really good, you know, a little bit warm, but we can deal with it.
We're right by the river here in Berlin. It's a pretty nice day, nice and warm. Yeah.
It's really nice, actually. Got a little shade.
Is it your first time in Berlin? Or?
No, I actually live here now.
Nice.
So I'm starting my European tour, you know. I came from California just like you, had to escape the high fees, like people say, and found a home here in Berlin, and you know, you'll hear my story. So.
Nice. Well, it's a little nicer here in Europe. All the buildings are older, more detailed, there's more museums. It's a fun place to hang out.
That's for sure. I really enjoy it, like the culture here, and it's day and night. When it's wintertime and summertime, the people, the mentality, everything changes. So if you have a chance to come to Berlin, come in the summertime.
It definitely seems like people are on vacation just to be outside. Yeah. I've seen beautiful young women wearing hardly anything. People are just so excited that it's not winter right now. It's a complete change.
That's exactly it.
So we're going to go ahead and get started with everyone's most favorite and familiar question. What was your first computer?
Well, that's a good question. So it took a little bit to think about this, but I'm pretty sure it was a Dell. I'm 100% sure it was a Dell.
Dude, you got a Dell.
Dude, I got a Dell, and I had shitty customer service. Sorry, but
no.
I had the shitty Dell customer service experience.
Yeah.
But besides that, I don't really know, like, not much about it. I don't know the spec. I remember I had a monitor that was 3 feet deep. You know,
nice.
It seemed like it was projecting from one corner onto the other. So.
So what did you do with the computer when you got it?
Originally, I played video games. You know, I copied my brother. Nice. My older brother played video games. We started with World of Warcraft, probably. No, it was way before that, but that was like the one that everyone remembers.
Did you play like the original Warcraft, where it's a real-time strategy?
Warcraft 3, and yeah, definitely.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, that's actually, I like those better. And StarCraft.
Yeah, that's what I was into. Yeah. So, what other kind of games did you play?
I mean, of course, you know, I evolved from the computer games into the Xbox, and we started with Halo.
Sure.
Of course, you know, multiplayer Halo, and then we go to Call of Duty, you know, like every normal, I don't know if it's normal, but like, it's
the natural progression.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So, and today I'm lucky to say that I've almost got rid of most of my game habit. I think I still play maybe a couple hours a week. No, 1 hour a week.
Yeah. Well, it's so hard now because the games are so amazing.
Exactly.
I mean, I started out with like, you know, Atari, Nintendo games, and now I played Watch Dogs recently, and it's like Grand Theft Auto with hacking. And it has a huge story, and you can like click on everybody, and you can hack all their phones. It's so fun, and it's a world game. You can drive around. It's like Chicago. And no, it's just super fun and completely engrossing, and it really is. They've achieved what they wanted to with the interactive movie. Like, sure, there's some gameplay, you have to get better at it, but a lot of it is just watching the story, moving the story along, and it really is an interactive movie.
That's a good point. I like that little interactive movie. That's exactly what games should be, though. You know, because they play on a reality, and so an interactive movie is exactly what it should be.
Totally. So after you got the computer and you're playing games, did you stick with the computer? Did you learn how to code or Photoshop or anything like that?
No, I did. All right, so I was lucky enough to go to a school where we had 30 MacBooks, and we had a digital design teacher. So yes, I learned Photoshop at a young age. I was probably 12, 13 when I learned my first Photoshop, how to do that. But I never really stuck with it. I mean, I play a little bit with Google SketchUp every now and again to do some interior design stuff, simple stuff. Coding, I mean, I would not call myself a coder, even though I'm trying to learn every day how to code.
Nice. Well, someday you'll get there.
Exactly, and that's what I'm waiting. It'll flip the switch, right?
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for that day, and it'll come. And so I wouldn't say I'm like, don't understand or don't read, or the language of coding is not mine. It is going to become mine, and I will master it.
That's excellent, man. I'm feeling the same way about German. I'm doing Duolingo every day on the app, and I feel people talk and they talk so fast. I hear like with, and, but. I get the connector words, but no, I don't know the vocabulary, and I've never learned a language properly. They taught me Spanish in school, but it didn't really take. And I don't know that German's going to take, but I know that I'm going to beat this video game. Every day I'm going to play Duolingo. I got a good streak going, like 150 days or something. and if I can get to a year, that'll be good. And my theory is, by then I should either know German or win at the video game.
That's a good way. That's a good way to think of learning a language. Is make it like a video game. Accomplish something.
Yep.
And even if you don't become fluent in German, you beat the game.
I know so much more though. Like I see so much more. I can hear things sometimes. I needed a water and I needed a grosser Wasser. So I got a big water. It was great. So that's really cool. You're learning to code right now. Did you go to school for computers? Did you go for something else?
I went for business, actually.
Nice. Interesting.
Business was the first, and the reason why I went for business was just because it was eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the tail. And here I pulled out business, and then there was 20 different business majors.
Oh, I know.
And I got there, and I was like,
you could have even been an IT guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a nightmare in there. Yeah.
So then I was like, all right, well, which one of these am I going to do? And I chose management because it seemed sort of straightforward and, and then after 2 years of going into it, I realized like it was a lot of philosophy. So it was a lot of like dealing with people, what motivates people. And so actually it was a good fit, but it took me a couple of years to realize that it was a good fit.
So what did you do after that? How did you learn about Bitcoin?
Luckily, it was in college. It was during my management career or pursuing my management degree.
Sure.
I had a professor who was one of the most genius people I know today.
Nice.
And he mentioned Bitcoin one time in his class.
Wow.
And I kind of had some stupid remark, oh, is that the thing you can mine? And he seriously sat me down, looked at me, and he's like, oh, yeah, that is, but do you know anything about it? And I was completely ignorant, 2014, 15,
sure.
Didn't know anything. And for 2 hours during that class, the entire class was all about how Bitcoin works.
Wow.
And that was my first endeavor down the Bitcoin rabbit hole.
You're really lucky. Not only do you have someone smart like a professor to tell you about it, but also you can ask him questions and he's used to it.
Exactly.
So I mean, a lot of people, you ask him like a dumb question or a question you don't know the answer to, and they get mad at you or they think you're being rude or whatever. But you have to know. You wanted to know, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I really wanted to, and he actually was able to indulge us. And
that's fantastic.
And it's rare to have a teacher who can just take 2 hours out of his normal class and be like, all right, well, this is important enough that maybe even if one person out of this class understands and gets it and goes down the dive, he's done a good job.
Yeah.
And I agree, he did a great job in diving down the rabbit hole for us.
That's awesome. What a great way to teach and to learn about new technology. And even if Bitcoin didn't take off and become a big thing like now with all the blockchain and all the other stuff, still, he taught you a piece of new technology for the future. It's a really great lesson.
And it was a really healthy way to get into it. Of course, we did go dive down the ICO, that hole.
Sure.
And so I did dive deep into that end of 2015, beginning of Ethereum 16, and watching that whole progression. And I've come full circle like most people, but like a lot of people in the circle, in the network, in the industry, have come full circle. And
well, everybody's got to try out the altcoins, and you got to try out the ICOs.
Fire?
No, I don't have fire. You got to try out the altcoins. You got to try out the ICOs. You don't know if it's going to be good or bad, and some of them were very cool ideas. Other of them, they just wanted to print money, and they ran off with it or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Bitcoin's always there if you want to come back to it. Yeah.
And it's always welcoming. That's the greatest thing. And so what I did is I was able to leave California, come to Berlin, and that's where I really found my Bitcoin family. That's when I really centralized back into Bitcoin.
Nice. So you hang out at room 77 or
77,
Kreuzberg? Tell me about it. What's Berlin like for Bitcoin?
It's really interesting. So at first I didn't know what I was walking into, and I went to the meetups, the normal meetups like everyone,
sure.
And then I luckily met Jeff from FOMO,
nice.
And he completely introduced me into the Bitcoin world, and that's where I dove down even deeper and met some incredible people who have gotten to me where I am today, and I really respect and cultivate or like really value the Bitcoin culture in Berlin. So.
Well, I think we're really lucky to have people like Jeff and other people who will gladly introduce new people to Bitcoin. We'll bring them in and show them around, and even give them like work to do or give them a volunteer job or something. anyone can contribute here. You don't have to be a coder, you don't have to be a video maker or a talker or whatever. You just want to be involved, bring your skills, we'll find a place for you.
And that's exactly what I found in Berlin. And so I'm really grateful, first of all, for my teacher to wake me up, and then for Berlin to welcome me.
Definitely.
And it's exactly like the same I wish for everyone.
I think so. So what are you doing now in Bitcoin?
Well, now I mainly do these events. So I help Jeff with the Lightning Hack Days, mainly on the ground, kind of, you know, production, I guess, mainly.
Sure.
And I also have helped with other conferences, including Unchained. There's another one, a crypto conference. You know, so I got into the conference event world and learned how events work and what you need to do in order to make a good event and make your people, the attendees, happy. And so that's what I've been focusing on towards the Bitcoin world.
That's great. Do you guys have any events coming up? Anything you want to tell people about?
We do. We have something in October. On October 19th and 20th, we have the first Lightning Conference. It's going to be an actual conference in the heart of Berlin. We're deciding to do it in Berlin because we started our hack days here and we seem to have a good Lightning community. So we'd love to see you there in October. If you can make it, please join us.
That's great. And do you guys have a web page? Anywhere else people can learn about this?
Right now it's lightninghackdays.fulmo.org. We're gonna update it regularly, but that's the best place to find anything out so far.
Great. And where can people follow you on Twitter or anything like that?
It'd be at BTC_anyone on Twitter. And I have a website. You'll probably find it if you go there.
All right, great. Thanks so much for the interview.
Tom.
Thank you.